Welcome back to Bloom. Nurse practitioner and clinical nurse specialist Lori Finley is back, and we've been talking a lot about balancing our hormones today. And Lori, you say we can do that with food.
Yes, I think that's one of the most important things that we should do is that we should be eating, right, using food as medicine, right? And things that we can do to improve our hormone metabolism are making sure that we add a lot more cruciferous vegetables. And like, what are cruciferous vegetables, right? It's the kale and the broccoli and the Brussels sprouts and cauliflower, right? That a lot of people don't like. Some of them have a very bitter taste. In fact, there's people out there that have a genetic variant that it's called, the taste receptor, and they don't like bitter. They don't like bitter vegetables. And so they have to learn how to eat these gradually.
And so, but there are ways, even if you don't have that receptor, by massaging the kale and working with it, that it's less bitter, it's more palatable, just little tricks of the trade, and you have even ways to dress the salad that will make it taste delicious.
Exactly. A couple tricks, as you said, massaging, cutting it smaller, massaging it. When it comes to kale, and I brought, most of it done, but you can see that if you take, this kale leaf, and I just bought this yesterday, but goodness. Anyway, if you cut, the stems out, it won't be as bitter.
Okay.
Sometimes you can use a simple little tool. I forgot I had this, honestly, because I typically use a knife. But there are tools out there that will help you, right, basically take it off very, very quickly.
I like
but
that.
I still want to make sure. See, it got everything off. I typically just hold it like this, right?
And peel it right off.
And peel it right off, right?
And so you massage it a little
right,
bit.
Massage a little bit. If you make it into smaller pieces, and once you put the dressing on, I'm not going to massage it today, but if you put the dressing on and literally with your hands start massaging it, the dressing will go into the kale. It softens it up a bit. It'll make it taste a little bit better, a little more rich, right?
Sounds perfect.
Now, I also did the Brussels sprouts. If I used last night when I did it, I used the food processor. And you can make it a lot thinner. I often use a knife, but if you don't cut it small enough, it can be a bitter crunch.
Okay.
And so you want to make sure that you slice it really small.
All right.
Now, I also, want women to know that not only will the kale benefit their hormone metabolism, but it's also really great to detoxify molds and other things. Yeah. That it's very, very important to use. So, with that said, right, we will go ahead and add, 2 or 3 cups of the Brussels sprouts. Now, today in the recipe, I chose to use one that is with some avocado oil and some vinegar, salt and pepper. And I chose, instead of using the maple sugar, to use monk fruit sweetener. I use monk fruit sweetener all the time.
Okay.
Just so I can keep my blood sugar levels down. And, we know that sugar causes inflammation. So if I can limit the sugar, I'll do that. Once in a while, I'll add the maple sugar, right, or something, but on a regular basis. Typically, when I make the salad at home, I will just splurge and use my avocado oil mayonnaise. Just that with salt and pepper and the Parmesan cheese, and it's phenomenal. So now, a couple other things I recommend for the kitchen. There are BPA-free kitchen tools out there. As much as I love some of the more common brands, right, I have found that you can use I didn't cut that one there.
The BP ones?
The BPA-free.
And I see you're also using all glass containers.
All glass containers. I won't use plastic containers. So I store all my food in glass, and, so just toss this around, and we'll put the dressing on, and then we're going to add the Parmesan afterwards.
Okay.
So, again, this has apple cider vinegar and some organic olive oil. It has some salt and pepper and a little bit of garlic.
It's delicious.
I know, it tastes delicious. And then you add the organic Parmesan. I rarely have dairy, and when I do, I make sure it's organic. And this particular recipe for me is a big treat to add the Parmesan cheese.
A little bit of Parmesan cheese.
A little bit of Parmesan cheese with that Dijon mustard. Now, I'm making a mess here.
That's all right.
I actually, this time, I ground the mustard seeds.
Okay.
It was really fun to grind the mustard seeds, right.
And then a little bit of that.
A little bit of Parmesan and the pecans. And again, I use organic nuts as well because, believe it or not, nuts are often a high contaminant or are highly contaminated and have a lot of mold.
Okay.
Right? So I make sure that I get organic nuts because mold will just be another toxin that you're going to have to eliminate. right, to have hormone metabolism and healthy hormone metabolism.
Well, this salad looks absolutely amazing,
Oh,
Lori.
wait to get the roasted pecans with it.
All right, we're going to get some roasted pecans with it too.
Right.
All right.
Right. So again, the benefit of using the cruciferous vegetables is that it contains what's called indole 3-carbanols.
Uh-oh, I'm being told
There
we're
you
out of
go.
time, but I'm going to put all this on an article for you, and I'm going to post it on bloomtampabay.com.